Distinguished delegates, participants, and path takers, a warm good afternoon to one and all present here. It's a glorious moment to extend my warm wishes in the behalf of IIRE. I convey my hearty gratitude to our esteemed request, Dundigal, for accepting and presiding over this seminar. The seminar is organized by IIRE Interface Center and IIRE Women Empowerment Cell in association with IIRE Women Cyber Security and Privacy Student Chapter. So in this seminar, you'll be knowing about the exciting benefits of Atmanirbhar Bharat, that means self-reliant India and its role in academia, etc. So I will be giving a brief intro of our chief guest. Mrs. Shalaja Vallamuri Garu is a Global Application Security Lead and Senior Director in Security and Data Privacy of SAPS Lab. In this role, she oversees SAPS Lab etc. security strategies across the globe. She has been leading several and multiple presentation awards and have also been bestowed upon her, including her top 10 Women Influencers in Security Award in 2020. By Security Today, the top 10 Women Tech Leads in India Award 2021 by Reva University and top 25 Inspiring Women Leads Award in 2022 by Kenya Beth. She works has been accepted and published in several IIIE and IIIE journals, and she has been researchers has been posted over there. Among her many diverse initiatives, she has founded SWIS, SAP Women's in Cybersecurity, and the non-profitable organization SAP WICSP, Women in Cybersecurity and Privacy, aiming to raise cybersecurity awareness among women, young girls, and children to alert them on digital threats and cultivate them in the personality development. In addition to the leading teams across the globe, she won the trust and ensured smooth cloud transitions. Here are few journals or publications of SMAM, The Rise of Bots and the Security and Privacy Challenge and Best Practices, a novel approach in cybersecurity for security, the workplace and the further in the industrial setups, a novel approach in onboarding secure cloud nation, equitizing and enterprise solutions. We welcome you, ma'am.
Good afternoon. The time for a small nap after lunch. So you all are from first year or second years are also there? First year. All good. So we need all first years only because they're easy to move. So are you enjoying your college so far? You feel happy, at least you're coming now. Past 2 years, no one could come. So start feeling happy about little things, then you can really celebrate the big things. So there is only one house rule today. It's only me speaking or someone asking me the question. Or if anybody is sleeping, then they will continue the next slide with me. And if anybody is talking, then I will get the mic to them and they will have to explain the next slide. And I go and sit and you have to continue it. Okay, only one thumb rule. Which means you're not speaking to each other or you're not even sleeping. Sleeping part is on me, I will ensure like no one is sleeping. Yeah, let's keep it a little bit interactive. Anyways, you keep hearing a lot of sessions as part of your academics and all. And thank you for the wonderful introduction. And yeah, so what I want to say today is about where India is heading to and what is each and everyone's role in this room. Yeah.
How do you have to know dance in the room? Guys, you have to only speak to me. Only with me. No one knows to dance from the boys' side.
Ah. Okay, back to the topic. So, all of you heard about Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav, right? What is it all about? What are we celebrating? India is a country, we as the citizens. 75 years of independence. I think most of us in the room don't enjoy the freedom. Gandhiji and all of us got us the freedom, and it is taken away by the social media platforms. How many of you can do, what should I say, like digital off, like how many of you can stay away from your phones for a week? Digital break, yeah, exactly. Only 3, 4, a couple of us. Rest all of you are not enjoying your freedom. Yeah. So today what I want to share my experience and how I feel like how we can really make this Atmanirbhar a reality. Not only a tagline for all of us to remember, and what's the role as an academia point of view. Like each and every one of us has to play in this. Yeah? You all with me so far? Yeah. So since I represent my organization here and I'm also on several advisories, I just want to say like whatever I teach, express or share any examples, it is nothing to do with any of them I'm associated with. It's purely with my experience and my learnings and observations. And as you know, they also mentioned I run a small non-profit trying to sensitize women and children from the rural areas. So this is what we do as part of the non-profit work here. How many of you can relate? What is this Indian jugaad? We all know this, right? This is very common. Especially all of us who go to the kitchen, right? If there is a bit of more salt, we just cut one potato and keep it inside. Done. It's sorted. So as an Indian, we know how to get things done. No matter what. It's not about our educational background, it's not about our regional background, but I believe as Indians, we can get things done for us. Right? Yes or no? No one is talking to each other. You're only responding to me. Yes or no? These all are very common, right? Yes? And now coming to the point, the reason why I am showing all of this is very naturally we all inhibit something in the blood, like we are go-getters. It can be for an organization, it can be for a kitchen, or it can be like you don't have the best dress to wear for the day and we can somehow make a mix and match and we look really good, right? Having all that as part of the legacy for each and every Indian, I think whatever the topics or the taglines that are going in today, I don't think they're just taglines. They are what we stand for all this 75 years of Indian independence. And it's a journey. I think we all have to move on. We haven't stopped after school, right? We all came to college. And after this also we keep learning more, maybe not in a college, but it's a life. So we keep learning and unlearning every day on a daily basis. And when I'm talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, right, to me what it looks like is we have to really become self-reliant. Not only just self-reliant, if you ask me, we have to be the trendsetters in all these domains because our economy has the greatest power. Guys in the last row, I think it's time for me to give the mic and you're going to explain it to me. Don't give me a chance to do that, okay? So, what they're talking about is the economy, the infrastructure, the system, the demography, and the demand. And when we talk about what is it? Economy that takes a quantum leap. You all might have heard about quantum computing, right? Okay, let me tell you in my security example. There are so many cryptographic algorithms. If I have to break some of the latest algorithms, it takes few months or years technically to achieve it. But when quantum computing becomes reality, right? After 15 years, it takes a fraction of minutes or seconds to crack those algorithms. That's the kind of computing speed quantum computing is going to offer for all the platforms. So when I say we have to go ahead as an economy, economy is none other than each and every one of us doing a bit. All of us working towards it. Yes, of course, we have to work to earn, but on the top of it, there is also something in the bigger equation for the entire economy, right? We also, because when I look into the places where the countries are far going ahead, is where, for example, where women and men are coming out and working, not only just to have a better life for their family, but in a way they are also contributing to the economy to a larger extent. You all agree with me or not? Yes, that is how the economy is going to move forward. So, in the end, we all have to ensure everybody is part of this equation and everybody is taking it forward. Many times I get to hear from someone, I don't have to work. It's not that you have to work to feed or to get the best grants, but if we have to pay a little bit back to the India that we belong to, I think we always have to add our part there. That is what the economy we are talking about. And the economy will take a quantum leap when all of us in the room think little different. We have to extremely think different, and I'll tell you the ways and means how to think different. Yeah? And the next thing, world-class infrastructure. I don't remember the exact numbers. Last week I was at an international conference and there was someone from US and we were generally talking about the infrastructure. And one of my analysts was explaining it to him. Earlier it used to take, in an average, to lay a road, for example. It used to take few days or months, I believe. But now I think on an average per day, we are already coming up with few kilometers of roads from the infrastructure point of view. That's the kind of level from where we stand. We were standing earlier and where we stand today. When it comes to the infrastructure, it plays an important role, and that also shows the power of a particular country or economy. Yeah. Then, our best part or my best part, technology driven. Everything is driven by technology in the end, right? Yes or no? Even this mic, this system, this fans, this entire equipment, everything has technology embedded into this. And there are a lot of policies around it, but the more we depend on technology, the more we live and make it live along with us from the technology point of view. Not just following the old traditional methodologies, but thinking extremely different. Today I was also talking to all of our girls and someone reached out to me and they said like, how do I innovate something? What should I think? Think different and check, validate it, whether it makes sense. Maybe not for today, not exactly. Maybe down the line after 2-3 years, where people are all going to come and use it. We all will have ideas. And sometimes when I look into all the startups when they started, right? For example, Dunzo. How many of you doesn't know about Dunzo? They just, parsing things from here to there. Like if I have a pickle to send it to Kripala ma'am, yeah? I live in Gachibowli and she lives here. I can call Dunzo, they will just carry it for me. From that to, groceries and everything. It's a very simple idea, right? People, they just collect it on the bike and they send it towards here and there. And this company is already getting into this unicorn status. Unicorn is a huge money, right? So one simple idea is taking us nowhere. So what I'm trying to say is, and for sure there's a technology involved in that. You have to build an app, you have to build an entire ecosystem and all of that. But to start with something, think out of the box, think what is applicable, think what is the need of that, what people are looking for. In the end, see, many people have so many ideas, but who is your consumer? How is it going to add on value? How is it going to stand out? And in the end, how simple it is. How can an small or some of our grandparents in the room can use it? All of you know, right? When they came up with the iPhone, whom they gave it for testing, children. They just gave the phone to children. And they asked them to play. They said whenever you create a UI, user interface, it has to be that intuitive. Even if you give it to a child, they should be able to use it without necessarily having to try how to use it. Yeah? And in the end, yes, we have technology here, we have everything. The entire ecosystem of stakeholders, because when we talk about the small supply chain, let me tell you what supply chain is. In the example, like we have something in the forms that is coming up, right? Say an example of rice. From the time it comes to the farm, there are so many layers that goes on, right, till it comes to us. Like there are middlemen who are buying it, and then there are people who are transporting it and again moving it to the mill. Then it is getting into the rice and then moving it to warehouses. And from warehouses, whenever there is a retailer, then ensuring like this is all refilled. For example, we go to DMart and Big Bazaar and online platforms, everywhere it is stocked and so on and so forth. I'm just telling you a simple example where we all can relate to. So when we are talking about Atmanirbhar, right, entire ecosystem of stakeholders have to be strengthened. No one need to pay the boss game, so it to be fully strengthened. Then we can really achieve what we are looking at. I think since looking at the name of our institute, I have to really talk about a bit of airspace. What is happening in the airspace? Now, when we are talking about this self-reliant, right? At least I'm so happy seeing all our airports and all of that, because I've traveled to more than 20 countries so far, and I know how they look like and how they operate. And I always say, whenever I have to pick my luggage from the Bangalore International Airport, it comes really quick, and our team is really very efficient when you compare to many other a lot more airports in the world. Yeah, with respect to the infrastructure, with respect to the kind of services we provide and all of that. And for every sector, they are defining their own ways and means, how we are going to transform the way, how they are being operated today, and then how are we going to transform for the upcoming days, at the same time giving that world-class feeling to everybody, whoever is visiting us as a country, whoever is looking at us as a country. And nowadays, if anybody is coming up with any retail chain, right, I think Walmart is in India, and IKEA is also there in Bangalore as well. Now, for the world to survive, they have to really target us as the retailer market. But for me, I just want to see it as, for the world to survive, each and every Indian, or most of us in the room, if we innovate, if we think different, I think it's going to be the other way around. So we are in a way kind of helping the world to run better by innovating, by thinking good. In the end, when we have lot many companies coming in, lot many ideas coming in, then we definitely become self-sufficient, right? In the way, in the end, that's not my intent, but we don't have to wait for some other company to come and start giving us jobs. We will be able to create so many jobs for our people, yes, right? We can create more jobs. We can help for the economy to move on. We can build a lot of, high-end technologies into the market and so on and so forth. Yes. And what do we do? Like, where do we stand now? I think till a couple of years, at least when I started my career, let me tell you my story. 20 years ago, my only aim was like, okay, to get a better job and to have a better life and so on and so forth. But normally we say, right, sometimes we also have to go with the flow. So when I have to talk to each of you in the room, I don't want all of you to settle down thinking, yeah, I will have a job, there are a lot of campus placements, everybody is going to get 2 or 3 jobs. Because when we look back into the numbers, right, for sure we are very well known for outsourcing destination. Because I was also mentioning this today morning. Genetically, we are designed in such a way, and it is also the legacy, and we are very lucky enough in that. Like, we really think very logically. Every Indian thinks very logically, and it is so ingrained into our DNA. So, every country has established their stations here, their companies here, their organizations here, because we have proved like we are the destination. But from 2019, when I'm just making a bit of statistics, we have ranked third in the world in terms of attracting new ideas and investments for technology transactions. So many people coming forward to invest to the ideas. Because normally there is a process. Whenever someone is having an idea, right, in order to see it in a big form or a shape, like for example, where Dunzo stands today, where Zomato stands today, maybe the conversation happened in a small room, but it doesn't end there. There are a lot of process. And I'm also happy to learn here inside the organization here in this college, we also have a setup where you can be offered some help. Yeah. And yes, 2019 is the history to me today because we all know the way how technology is moving forward, how technology is taking us left and right. Like sometimes we don't have breathing space, one after the other is coming up one by one, and we are also getting used to that kind of stuff and so on and so forth. And here, when we look into this unicorn club, yeah, these are the numbers. I think unicorn is exactly $100 billion. $100 billion. If a company's value is standing at $100 billion, then they are termed as unicorns. And it is not a joke to go there. Starting from one small idea, sitting into your room, and then taking it to that level takes a lot of effort. But in spite of that, these 37 in that year 2020, and then when you look into 2021, we are making a bit of progress. But at least when I am talking about self-reliant and self-sufficient, right, this has to get into hundreds and thousands, and then no one should stop us. But for that to happen, it starts in this room. It starts with few of you, some idea that is bothering you. Not all of them have to be successful, right? As I just always quote this example, when we all started walking, we didn't start with running when we were children, right? We got up, we had fallen, we got hurt. Again, we dusted, our parents came us, picked us up. Because when we were studying, the economical conditions were a little different. Maybe for some of us, the job is really mandatory, we have to immediately pick it up. But most of you in the room, you don't have such dependencies as of today. Yeah? When you want to really see for the next 25 years when we are celebrating the diamond celebrations of independence, I wish to see some thousands or lakhs in that. How many companies are getting into that unicorn status? For that to happen, we have to start investing today. And we have to start investing into each and every one of us. In the sense, think how can you, there are so many gaps in the existing technologies around, there are so many needs, and there are a lot of innovations like Dunzo being one example where we all can relate to. Right? And if you see, there are also a lot of ads, right? Zomato doesn't own any kitchens. Amazon doesn't own any products on the platform, but they still have everything. So, think big, think weird. That's okay. People can laugh. As I said, sometimes we fall, sometimes it cannot be successful. Get it validated. Get those ideas really validated and then take some help. You also have a lot of mentors around. Like what is it to give idea the shape and form and then how to take it forward. That is really important. And you are also again lucky because you are also in Hyderabad and you have this P-Hub, you have so many people coming forward and helping you with this. And even to my surprise, when I started looking into this, right, this Dunzo is here. So already the list of unicorns for 2022. These guys are getting into that status of unicorn. As I said, I just wanted to see it big, huge. And also there is an, what should I say, blocker in many of our head. We always think all the startups happen from IITs, IIMs, and huge companies and all of that. I don't agree to that. Maybe they think different, they write different, but none of us, it's not impossible. Maybe it's a bit challenging for us, but we all can do it in our own space. Yeah? How many of you want to be here? That's okay, exactly, I love that. Think big, dream big. I tell you, when some people say I cannot achieve so much in life, there is a blocker coming in from your head. You always restrict yourself, thinking, oh my God, $100 billion is so much money, is what we all are already calculating into our heads. If you can't trust in your own self, there's a difference between, overconfidence and trusting in yourself. You have to start trusting in yourself and then think a little different. Talk to people who spread positivity to you. Don't go and validate your idea with everyone who is just trying to put you down because of so many reasons. Yeah? And in this, when we see such companies, where innovation starts, as I said, the jugaad starts at home, right from the time we were born, right? You saw those kids playing cricket. They don't have the third wicket, so they put all those sandals over there, right? And it's a journey. What is happening with all of us is, we do it in our regular day work, job, play, but when it comes to the real stuff, we're just blocking ourselves. If we as Indians could do so much of jugaad, at home for day-to-day jobs, we could also do a lot of real stuff. Agree or not? Yes? Slowly nodding the heads. Yeah? Yes or not? So, when I talk about innovation from the academia perspective, what happens is, we have normally, all our faculty and professors here, they do a lot of research papers. I think normally colleges also have their own KPIs to do that. Like each and everyone is supposed to do 3 or 4 papers, and they will also have patents and so on. Generally, it's the normal trend in the market, like the normal methodology they follow. So, whenever, for example, you have a patent, yes, I can claim I have tens and hundreds of patents, but how many of them are getting grants? In the sense, only if someone uses your idea. It can be a small line of code, it can be anything, then I get a grant. It's not that just for the sake of numbers, you just keep doing papers and patents and so on and so forth. We also have to think, how can I add value there? What is quantity versus quality? Again, I tell you my own example. I started doing my papers. And then I think I have 5 papers which are technically published as of today, and few of them are yet to come. One of the paper, that's my first one, whenever I look into that statistics, it makes me really feel so happy. I just wrote a small process about what I am doing as part of my role, driving this entire security strategy for the entire location, 14,000 people. I just put that there. I think we have few hundreds of views. I don't remember the stat now, but we have good number of views and so many people downloading my work and reading it and so on and so forth. That really gives me the motivation to do stuff which can be consumed, which others use it. And I think since in the colleges you also have it as a practice, right? Whenever you're coming up with this technical papers, since you have a lot of students, think how can you really try to implement that one small idea with the students. And you also have the infrastructure here. You can really pick few of them and then you can ask them to try a small POC. And then we can also really give it a form and a shape. Because we as, the front runners, if we start doing it, then it's like we are really taking that innovative culture from the home, from the school, and also to the next generations, and also again giving back to that Atmanirbhar Bharat. Yeah. So at least from now on, if you haven't tried anything so far, like whatever technical papers you have written and so on and so forth, at least try doing that now. Because I also learned some of the schools, at least in Bangalore, what they're doing is starting from 5th grade or 4th grade, they have some clubs, some innovation clubs. So the children, they only have to come up with one idea. And it's not about an idea. In the end, what they also have to do is, once they have the idea, they also have to do it. Like recently, I got to know someone had an idea. Stirring the coffee is taking a lot of time, it seems. So they got 2 magnets and they just made a prototype. A small prototype. And again, in the end, they have to convince their entire group. There are a group of 4 or 5 people. When someone is coming with an idea, the entire group has to agree to that idea, it works. And then they're doing it. For me, what I felt really happy was they were having the culture of thinking and also implementing it and then seeing it live, happening. And in the end, they also have to convince the whole team, right? They're validating the idea. And everybody is a critic because at 4th grade or 5th grade, you will not have so many crooked thoughts like now, right? Very simple plain, mostly plain vanilla flavor will be in their head. So one will say, why will someone use your magnets and all, they'll simply stir. Then the other fellow was telling, the grandpa is diabetic, right? He cannot stir. So at least for him, he is already pitching for his idea, not knowing he is pitching for it. And he's also talking about one specific category of people who definitely would need such ideas to improvise their coffee drinking habit. You get my point, right? So very small things. I think the more we start growing up, right, from the children to teenagers and then to college, we are losing all those natural things. We are just digging it in the grave and, just we are leaving them there. So what I'm trying to ask is just take out your child in every one of us. Try to be curious and try to see what you could do. And you have your faculty here, the entire ecosystem is here. And then if 2 ideas, I think you come up with so many ideas. If 2 ideas get clicked and then if you can productize it, right? Nothing like the next batch of first years, we don't have to tell them you come and do this like now. They will only naturally come running to all of you. Anna, Akka, what is that you did? We also want to try something. What is your experience? And for those of you, right, whose idea is not going to take forward, that's okay. At least we come out with an experience, right? Until and unless you go and venture, until and unless you go and touch, you will not understand how deep the waters are, right? Yes or no? So at least give it a shot. And this is the time where, of course, we all have 24 hours, but you have more freedom compared to us as working professionals. Yeah, so media is there, YouTube is there, Instagram is there. It's about a wise decision on how you are deciding to spend your time. You just want to be a follower or you just want to be a leader in your own space. Follower is nothing but looking into the content and feel happy and just enjoying it. Static life. Or thinking extremely out of the box and then coming up with a groundbreaking innovation. Tanso idea looks very simple to all of us in the room, right? One simple app to deliver things from one place to this place. Yes or no? But only one guy could take all the brains and all the courage, put his heart on the paper and then came up with this. Yes? And you all know UPI payments, right? Like Paytm, Amazon Pay, Google Pay. It all started in India. You all know that? And I'm also doing a bit of reading into that space, and I also learned rest all the countries are implementing it. I think France is there, Middle Eastern countries are there, Russia is also going to do it. Today or later, it's going to spread to the entire world. Who the credit is going to be credited to? We the Indians, right? So maybe when they started one step, it looked really simple, and even they should have thought, who is going to use it in the first place? In India, we still have a lot of people where they don't have proper education. Do you think using a Paytm needs any education today? Even the small street vendors are using it, right? Even the person with the thumbprint is also using it. When you go to a small flower vendor also, she'll say, Amma, I don't have change, you please scan and do the Paytm or whatever they ask. Yes or no? So when such a small thing, such a small innovation is kind of putting us on the spotlight and everybody is following us, I think this is the kind of India we wanted moving forward. And when I was a child, I always used to think, why India is so highly populated and all that. But today I have to change my thinking. That has become a great asset for us. Because we are the country with the youngest population in the first place. That's become a great asset for each and every one of us. And we have to really monetize on that idea of having the young talent. And at the same time, having an young innovative talent. To see to that we are not only just self-reliant and self-sufficient, but we drive the entire universe with us. You all agree with me, right? India have the capacity and capability. And it starts from where? From college, or where it starts from where? From where? From us. So the next one. When you say it starts from us, how many of you want to settle as employees? How many of you want to work? All right. Boys doesn't want to work. You all want to start now only. Let's go to E-Hub and T-Hub and start. All of us want to work, right? And then our idea or others' idea, we all want to work. First question. Next question. How many of you want to become employers? Wow, I love this when all the girls are lifting their hands. Boys, you all have to clap for them. Please do it. Loudly. Please. Yeah. So, you know the meaning of employee and employers, right? Employee is working for somebody. Employer is hiring employees for you. At least when few of you in the room think, I don't want to settle for less. Working is not less, what I meant. Like kind of be able to live your dream, be able to live the innovation that you're thinking about and something that is really bugging you. Yeah, and I believe many of you or each of you in the room has the potential to do that, to become the employers of future. And I also want to see like we go and establish a companies like how Infosys and others did. I really admire Narayan Murthy sir for that, for all that he did, starting the Infosys and taking us to the entire world. But I believe we have many more such wonderful people here in this room. And it's only, and he doesn't have money when he started. You might have read his story, right? His wife's savings she gave and got him on the table. And there were 5 people they were working with Patni, because I also worked with Patni, that's how I know the story. So my HR was asking, why you want to come to Patni all the way from South India? It's a company in Mumbai. I said, if Narayan Murthy was working here, why not me? Yes, at least those days they have to search for money and all. Now you have the college, the infrastructure, the faculty, the mentors. You have much more advanced infrastructure and setup around you, right? And even then we don't think of it. Why? Don't tell me no one has taught us so far, madam. No one has taught you to use Instagram and Facebook. You still do it, right? All of you do that, right? Did you take any training for it? No, right? But you all still do it. You also read every day in the newspaper like someone is coming up with small idea. Of course, you all don't read papers, yeah. Yeah, I look outdated now when I say this. But the reality is, we have to do it. How we can do it? Yeah. So we have to come up with bold reforms. And then, since we are talking about the technology space, right? Bold ones in the sense which no one has taught earlier. It can be really simple sometimes, or it can be stupid also. Like the idea of Zomato or whatever it is. And I also, how many of you know the story of Eat company, that Atta company and all that? You have read the story of him? He's a guy from Kerala. I think one day they have this batter, idli, dosa batter and paratas and all of that. ID company. You heard of it? The idli batter company. Go read his story once. Did he did anything huge, big? I think, but now they are selling his paratas all over the world now. Many countries are doing it. He just started it in a small kitchen in Kerala, I believe, with all his friends and all that. They only have few grinders and all. And today, look at that. So, what I'm trying to say is, it can be big, it can be small. And maybe when he started, it might have looked stupid to most of them, even for his family, for his own family. He sounded stupid. And even if you see many chai companies out there, I don't know all the names. One guy who studied in IIM, he just quit and then he started a chai tea shop. Right? And now they have a lot of chains, and I wish at least to all the airports I move in future, I see all our shops all over there. All our chai walas are there, all our mithai walas are there, our ID guy is there. That is what I want to see about a new India all about. You also want to see? Yes? Yes or no? So these guys, what they're doing is the second point. Now the time has come, we have to be vocal about it. You can't be keeping your innovation under the bed or under something. You have to be vocal about it and don't target for less. Why do you only target Indian markets? Target the other markets as well. And I'll tell you, one Indian restaurant, any part of Europe, people will stand in queue and they die for it. And it's not even equal to what our mom prepares in the kitchen. Nothing closer to that. But still people love our food. Similarly, how people love our food, I want them to get used to all the products, all the innovations we do as Indians. Yes? You could do it? Everybody is sleeping or only nodding? All of you awake? Yeah? So when you are thinking, right, think big. Don't only just target India. Let's target big, let's target the globe. People say, right, the sky is your canvas. Yeah? Yes or no? So now all of you tell me, how many of you want to become employers? I still want to try. Still only girls are rising. Okay, we will give you all employment, okay? When all the girls will start the companies and we will take you as the first preference because we are from the same batch, same college. Yes or no? Yeah? And how many of you want to do some internships with startups? Yes. So we have T-Hub here, we have here in Telangana, and I think we could get it through, at least to understand what is the journey of, how the journey of an entrepreneur looks like, from starting from a small idea to the market. There are a lot of process in between. We just didn't start LKG and then became engineering, right? No, right? Similarly, there is a lot of process, not with respect to the time, but then with respect to so many factors in and around the markets. So only if you want to become entrepreneurs, right? You also, if you like something, I think we also follow that, right? On the Instagram or many other handles or YouTubers, there are so many YouTubers today. Someone who likes food, all of us like food, and we also go to some blogs and check what is that food they're recommending and all that. Yeah. So if someone of you, at least some of you who have risen your hands today, telling like, I just want to give it a shot, I want to become an employer, not want to settle as an employee. Just go, check, do some internships, talk to them, have them as your mentors. And first of all, in India, one other legacy we carry is we don't ask questions, we don't ask for help. We think asking for help is a weakness. No, that's the wrong narrative we learned so far. There's no harm in asking for help. There's no harm in reaching out to somebody and then asking them to mentor you. If you have the idea, live for it. If you have the dream, live for it. Today morning also I was telling there are only two differences between people. Everyone is really brilliant in the room. All of you agree with me? What did I say? Exactly. Everyone is brilliant. But the only difference between the most successful people and us, we don't have the consistency. When we like something, we don't follow it blindly. We hop here, and then by the time we are in the 10th hop, we forget what we started thinking in the first hop. Stick to that. Whatever is there, stick to that. Follow your heart, listen to that. And the beauty is nowadays we have so many startups, we have so many companies. Even if you're missing on 1 or 2 years, nobody is going to punish you or tell you we have a break and we don't take you back. Companies are taking us back now. You just openly tell them, I tried this startup. I tried a venture. If it works, good. Otherwise, at least they will also be happy to have you. Coming up with an entrepreneurial spirit is altogether a different game and a different life. Yeah? All of us want to become celebrities, right? At least on the social media. Yes, right? See, girls are like very open. Yeah? Yeah? And you think like, Becoming a celebrity is not like, having so many followers and all. To be able to live a dream, to be able to see your dream coming true, is in itself celebrating our life. How many of you know that? I think most of us know, right? We want to do something, but our parents are like, no, you have to do engineering, you have to do this. Otherwise, it's like, Garka Ijjat, Inti Paravu. All that, even we all heard, and it's continuation in India. If you do BSc and all, what others will think? My kids are doing this, they did that. Yes? Yes? That societal pressures are always there. But all these people, right? His father, when he said, like, what is your job to do with the batter? That is a woman's job. Yeah, but then he still went ahead, he pursued his dreams, he got hooked to that, he started investing and he was consistent. And today we are all talking about him like a celebrity. Don't you think that is something good? We are talking about someone as an example, as a role model who was able to live his dreams and celebrating his life every day. Because at some point we will all have that feeling like, okay, I'm not able to live the dream I was thinking about. But I think after a few years, no one should stop you. Maybe today, if you want to become financially independent, you can, and you can still continue your dream. There are so many people. Krupala ma'am will be the best one because she works as mentor and she mentors so many startups. People are also starting startups at the age of 60. So see, there's a huge competition. We are not kidding, it's real. Go check the statistics, go ask Google. So just look at the spirit of it. And if we all want to change, because so far everyone in the world thinks we are struggling to survive. That is what everyone says. Everyone thinks we are really struggling every day to get, because all these movies like Slumdog Millionaire, all of these have become famous for no reasons, right? I really hate that becoming famous for one reason. Everybody thinks India is only that slum. That's the picture that movie painted, for example. Not that I hate or something, but even now many countries think every day in and day out, every Indian is struggling to survive their life and to have this khana, kapada, all this. But is it true? No, right? We have come far ahead beyond that. And what is my request to all of you is, we have to move from that survival to strength. And we have to start, when we say like, okay, after 20 years, maybe after 10 years, we have the best technology, we have all the geeks here, we can't stop there. We have to start moving from strength to strength. Only then we will be able to celebrate the country that we are living in. Otherwise, everyone feels happy to go out and settle there. I tell you, at least most of my friends and many of my seniors, like 5 years, 6 years above me and 10 years above me, who all made really good money. If you ask me today, they don't have to work the rest of their lives. They all are coming back to India for good and investing all their hard-earned money into the startups. So India is already acting like a magnet for many of our Indians. You guys want the mic? Yeah? So many people with all their hard-earned money are coming back to support us. Of course, it's not just easy. You go and ask them, they're going to give you the money for sure. How many of you watch the Shark Tank? Shark Tank is the one, right? Shark Tank India, right? The people, it's not going to be so bad as well how they show it there, but it's not going to be so easy as well. So you have to really pitch your idea, and then and recently I've seen a video about the schools in Delhi, the government schools. The students are pitching their ideas. The small children, 7th, 8th, 9th, and also people are giving 50,000, 20,000, 1 lakh investing into them, and they're already becoming entrepreneurs. And I tell you, when you look into the entire Indian states, right, at least I believe South India is, having a lot of focus for education, innovation, and so on and so forth. And this is a tough competition for us, if you ask me. We have to really live our group, and we also have to live our tribe. I can't be seeing like some other states moving ahead and then coming up with all these innovative ideas where all of us are really happy becoming an employer under someone or employee under someone. We are far advanced when you look into the infrastructure, the kind of culture we have, since I worked in the North India and I worked in different parts. and I work with different people, I can definitely tell you that. So there are two responsibilities on you. One is the entire India is looking at you, and the other one is entire South India is also looking at you. Because you have to take the flag ahead, right? You can't be stopping the journey in the middle. Yes? You believe we all can go there and reach there? And then one thing. From tomorrow onwards, if you are not hearing anything about this, go talk to your faculty. Shailaja ma'am said you all will write papers. Can we sit? Can we join with you and work with you? Go ask them. They'll feel happy. If they are not answering, go 4-5 times. That's what I used to do in my college, and I still do it at my office also. If I need something, I always go ask them politely. Of course. Yeah? Go do it. They will say no, and the fourth time, they are not leaving me. Let them give something to do. At least they'll do that. Because they already have the experience of doing it, right? If you don't know how to start, where to start, go catch hold of them. And Prasad Reddy sir is the one who care of all this at your college. If any of our sirs and madams are not responding, go sit with him. Tell him we don't know, you have to help us and you need your help. Yes? Next time when I come, maybe I don't know when, maybe in 6 months' time or whatever, at least I wanted to see something happening here. I don't want to see the idea and all happening overnight. It doesn't happen. But at least I want to hear some feedback from your, college hearing. Madam, we don't know, after you came, students started thinking little different and little weird. They're all talking about innovation and all that. Because that is what, like, paisa vasool they say, right? For the efforts you put in. That is what I'm looking from my visit this time. When I come back here, at least all these wonderful girls and brave girls, whoever has risen their hands, I want to see something. Madam, we tried this and we validated. That's okay. At least take the first step. That is really more important. That's how you're going to stand out of your crowd, and that's how you're going to celebrate in your life. When everybody thinks the same, there's nothing going to be different, right? So, yes, and I just want to repeat, it's not just about number of papers and papers, but then trying to ideate some of them, trying to see to that how we can add value to that, and then see, we can come up with so many things. If no one is consuming it, in the end, we should be able to sell and also make money to live, right? So from the consumer side of you, I think you want a mic, right? No? You want a mic? Yeah? So whenever you are thinking about one idea, just also think from the other side. If I have to go and sell this idea to someone, will they go, for example, you have an idea of a Dunzo, only think of it. Just take some additional steps and do your homework. Or just go ask YouTube or Google. They will have so many experiences sharing. Use your time wisely to build yourself. Because building or breaking is both in our hands. If you want to really build your career and get into the next level, it's in your hands. How wisely you are using your time, where you are investing your time. The way you think, right, your future is also going to shape accordingly. When you give this, when you tune your mind completely, so all the things has to definitely follow you. That is the natural mantra I have to say. Yeah? So I am done with this. So what I wanted to say is, if you want to make it self-reliant, it starts from here, not here looking at who is going to do it. Everything, it starts from us. Maybe you don't have an idea. Just make a small group of 2 or 3 people and then start thinking, writing differently, and then validate with your friends in the first place, whomever you trust, whomever gives you constructive feedback. Just go talk to them, validate it. And Prasad Reddy sir is always there. You can always go bug him. I got to know today morning he is responsible for that. Wish I also had such kind of an atmosphere. I should have come up with tons and tons of ideas then during my college days. But we never had such ecosystem in place. Yeah? So you all promised like you're going to contribute to Atmanirbhar Bharat, right? And you all believe it starts here, in this room, in this college, yes? Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Everything is clear or gone? Yeah, I know. This side half it's gone. No one is raising hands after talking so much. But we will employ you. We will give you jobs. Yeah. Yeah. Package and all we'll decide. No. So tell me any questions now. Any questions? Any suggestions you want to give? No? No, we are all good. So what did you learn from today? Okay, questions anyways, I know you will not ask. What did you learn? What am I trying to tell you today? Yeah? Someone tell me loudly. I don't have such sharp ears. Sorry?
Be employee, be employer.
Exactly. And what to do? How to become an employer? We can simply start our own company and start hiring people, put the board and people will apply. How to go there? By innovative thoughts. An idea can change a life, right? Not only our life, the lives of people around us. That's the new narrative now. Yeah? Yes or no? And what else you learned? Who is the first point of contact for you to go and ask? Your faculty, right? Your sirs and madams, because they always do it on a regular basis. Yeah? And who is the other faculty member whom you have to go to? Which sir is that? Prasad Reddy sir, right? If Prasad Reddy sir is not calling me and telling what's wrong, then I'm going to come every month. Till you all come up with some ideas. Yeah? Deal? Yes? So no questions? All good?
Yes.
No one got to sleep now or somebody is already opening their eyes and sleeping? Because I learned children also grab that skill of just watching at the screen but they're still not listening to their teachers and they're playing something else, acting as if they're doing the classes. Of course, you all are pros at that, but I'm talking about first grade, second grade during the pandemic. I know people are giggling. Yeah? Yes? So, thank you so much for patiently listening to me. And the last option I'll tell you before I say bye. If nobody is responding from the college, buzz me on my LinkedIn. Okay? And I'll find someone for you and I'll hook you there. We'll see how things are not happening, okay? I'll connect you to some mentors and all. And if all your channels are not working here, I will immediately call Prasad Reddy sir and ask, sir, did she or he come to you? If he is telling you have not contacted him, then I'm not. You have to use all your channels. And if you still see like, okay, nothing is happening, then you reach out to me. Yes? Yeah? Okay, thank you.